Well, good afternoon, folks out there, basketball fans. Viking basketball here, BFSC events here in Fredstown, Montana, as the Vikings get ready to take on the Dillon Beavers here at the Western A tip-off tournament. And a good ball game yesterday. Got down against the host team, the Frenchtown Bronx, but able to battle back. Lost by 4, 52-48, but some positive things that Coach can work on today. Pre-game. Brought to you by Hanson Excavating. Demolition, site preparation, excavating, and grading in business for 30 years. Fred Hanson at 837-1051 or HansonExcavating.com. So, like I said, the Vikings really played slow start. Got down early, only 6 points in the first quarter, but able to battle back and put up double digits in the next three quarters and really tied the game on the Jack Jensen he's about 5 feet behind the arc there near half court as the third quarter ran out. He drains the three. We tie it at 38, and the final was 52-48. So a good quarter, or good ball game, opening game for Bigfork as I understand Fredstown, I know, had a game on Tuesday against Whitefish, and I believe they may have had another one. So with that, Frenchtown had a couple games under them, and Bigfork did not. So that's a good opening game, and things for them to work on. So hopefully for a better outcome today. I didn't get a chance to talk with the coach here pre-games today. Mix up on where everybody's going to be, so try to really do that going in the future. Getting it, he's got things to do, a lot of things to do to get this team ready. So I want to make sure he's able to do that here. And so I was really proud of the boys, the way they played yesterday. So were the coaches. So a lot of positive things for the Vikings yesterday. Well, they get ready to take on the Dillon Beavers today, who were able to beat Sioux Falls yesterday. Sioux Falls had a chance right there at the buzzer, but Swagger missed one off the glass as time ran out, and Dillon won by 1 in that ball game, and that was a really good ball game, and I expect a really good one here as well. Well, let's take a look. We've got about 4 minutes or so until we get ready to tip it off here in Frenchtown, Montana, home of the Bronx, and your host for the Western A. And let's take a look at take a break here. I'm going to take a timeout right here. 406-270-7384. Text me, let me know you're listening out there. And I'll come back. We'll have the starting lineups for both of these teams. We get underway here at the Western A tip-off tournament in Frenchtown, Montana. It's the Vikings taking on the Beavers of Dillon High School. We'll be back right after this timeout. All right, folks, welcome back to Fredstown, Montana. It's the Western A tip-off tournament, and the Vikings get ready to take on the Dillon Beavers. And the starting lineups: brought to you by JD Detailing, 406-261-1460. Josh Digley, in business for 3.5 years, second voted, folks, second in the best in the Flathead Valley. So if you need detailing done to your vehicle, Josh will do it all. And speaking of that, Josh is listening out there while he works on doing some detailing today and taking in the game as well here on a Saturday. So Josh working hard out there. First of all, the starting lineups for the Dillon Beavers. A 6'4" junior, number 4, Carter Kerno. At 6'1", senior, number 5, Key Christensen. At 6'5", a junior, number 11, Kyler Englert. At 6'1", sophomore, number 12, Cohen Hartman. And then number 14 is a 6'3" senior, Max Davis, for head coach Jeff Edwards. He's assisted by Gary Ferris, Andrew Zier, Jaron Laws, and Kevin Englert. If you recognize the Englert name, that was a kid up in Kalispell. I remember back in the day that last name is that my son playing against him many, many years ago. And I think there's some relationship there. Okay, let's take a look at the starting lineup for your Vikings. Changed up from yesterday just a little bit, just one different substitution. At 6'2", senior forward, number 5, Elijah Thornes. At 6 foot even, a senior guard, number 10, Jack Jensen. A 5'10", senior point guard, number 22, Colin Wade. At 6'2", wearing number 23, senior guard, Cole Kanopik. And then his brother at 6 foot even, a sophomore guard, number 25, Asher Kanopik. For head coach John Hollow, assisted by Adam Jordan and Brandon Pizzola. That is your starting lineups. Again, brought to you by JD Detailing there in Kalispell. Well, the clock is winding down here. We're ready to tip it off here between the Dillon Beavers and your Bigfork Vikings and hope for a better outcome than we had yesterday. Although, they played well against the host team, the Frenchtown Broncs. Also, Jack and Donna Gannier listening out there. So, hey, Dillon in their whites with their blue lettering and some yellow striping or gold striping. Bigfork in their light blues, white numbers, red outline, and then red and white stripes down the sides. So some new uniforms for the Vikings. Tip-off brought to you by Flathead Lake Lodge, where Averill's Flathead Lake Lodge has proudly supported Bigfork athletics since 1945. Here we go. Thornes dumping it up against Englert, and Dillon wins the tip. They're headed right to left on your dial. Vikings will hit left to right. Shot underneath. Off the hand of Englert, out of bounds off of Dillon, and Bigfork basketball. First turnover of the game, 7:45 and getting underway here. No score yet here from Frenchtown. Wade with the basketball. Get it over the corner. Thornes back out to Wade. Nearly loses it. Saves it before it goes over the half-court line. Over to Cole Kanopik in the corner. Asher Kanopik tries to feed Jensen underneath. Taken away by Kerno. Kerno driving for Dillon. Goes hard to the basket. And looks like this is going to be another physical game here. Out of bounds off Bigfork. And it'll be Dillon basketball. Inbounding to Davis. Davis top of the key. Gives it up to number 5, Christensen. Christensen trying to drive. Taken away by Thornes. And gives it up to Wade. Wade going to set it up. Bring it across the timeline. Gives it to Cole Kanopik on the right side. Back to Wade. Wade top of the key driving. Gives it over. Asher underneath. Underneath the Cole. Misses him. And taken away by Davis. Quickly up. Kerno. Cross court. Christensen, three-point shot on the way out the rim, no good. And boxing out. Knocked away by Thornes as Kerno had the basketball trying to go to the basket. Wade will give it up to Kanopik. Cole, that is. Ill-advised cross-court pass to Asher Kanopik, taken away there by England. And that's the first personal on Asher, first team foul. So Christian sit with the basketball. Davis will feed it underneath it to Kernow. Kernal guarded by Thornus. Kicks it out top of the key. Davis 3-point shot off the glass. No good. Misses. Jensen grabs the rebound. And he gets knocked down. He gets fouled on the rebound. And that will be on number 12. That's Cohen Hartman. That's Hartman's first and first team foul. Remember, in high school basketball this year, a little bit of change. It's 5 team fouls in a quarter before they shoot free throws. They'll shoot 2. No 1-and-1s this year. So Asher with the basketball. Looking to get trapped. He gets kicked by Dillon. And so it'll remain Bigfork basketball here. 6:14 to go. No score on your Bigfork Harvest Foods scoreboard. Wade gets it in from Jensen. Wade with the basketball, left side. Going to try and trap his Dillon. Jensen in the corner. Drives up, shoots a 3. That's going to be short. And grabbed there by Davis. Davis quickly up, gives it to Kernal. Kernal drives in. And right there is Colin Wade to take the offensive foul. So player control foul on number 4. That's Carter Kernal. That's his second team foul. And Wade will bring it across the timeline. Passes up to Asher Konopik over the right corner. Cole Konopik, 3-point shot on the way. Off the rim and missed. Rebounded there by Kernal for Dillon. Across the timeline does Kernal. Over the right side. He'll give it up to Christensen. Christensen on the left side. Back out to Kernal, top of the key. Feeding it underneath. And Bigfork's going to get called. Whistle for the foul. Foul's number 22. That's Colin Wade. And Wyatt Johnson will come in the ballgame for Asher Konopik. Wyatt getting the start yesterday. So the first foul on Wade, second team foul on Bigfork. Out to Davis. Kernal trying to drive. Loses it. Johnson comes up with a loose ball as it's poked away. Underneath. Wade. Jensen. Left side. Looking. Cross court. Finds Johnson. Johnson over the right wing. In the corner. Cole Konopik back out to Johnson. Johnson looking to drive. Back to Cole. Cole 3-point shot on the way. Oh! Tingles the twine for a 3-pointer by Cole Konopik. And a nice shot. I can see that from up here above the court. 3-0 here. And 3-point shot there by Inglet. Missed. Dillon comes up with a rebound and give it to Hartman. In the corner. 3-point shot on the way from Davis. And knocked Cole knocks it to Wade. Wade across the timeline for Bigfork. He's over on the right side. Trying to bring it out to the top of the key as Dillon's trying to trap them. Johnson back to Wade. Wade look at cross court. Jensen. Jensen underneath. Quickly to Thornus. Thornus. Oh. Johnson cut in. Thornus thought he was going to stay there on the right side. And a ball flies out of bounds. Turnover on the Vikes. 3-0 here on your Bigfork Harvest Foods scoreboard with 4:28 to go here in the first quarter. The Vikes up early on a Cole Konopik 3-point shot. Christensen will give it up. Kernal looking underneath. Hartman with the basketball. 3-point shot on the way. Off the rim, no good. Cole Konopik on the missed shot by number 5, Christensen. They'll give it up to Wade. Wade across the timeline for Bigfork. And see it all the way in the corner. Cole Konopik from the left side. Makes another. But the bottom of the net. Cole Konopik back-to-back threes for the Vikes. Kernal with the basketball. Brings it across the timeline. Goes underneath. Knocked away by Jensen and remain Dillon basketball. So good hustling defense by Bigfork today. And Cole will come out of the game for a breather. And Jack Jensen will enter back in the ballgame for the Vikings. Dillon basketball. He'll feed it into Davis. Or check that Kernal. Kernal looking spin move. Try to drive on Thornus. Thornus right there puts his hands up. But he's going to get whistled probably with a body on the foul. That's the first person on Thornus and the third team foul on the Vikings. At the line, number 4, Carter Kernal is going to shoot free throws. He gets 2. First one out the front of the rim, no good. He'll get one more. It's 6-0, 3:47 to go here in the first quarter on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard from Frenchtown, Montana. Western A tip-off tournament. Second free throw on the way. Rolls around off the rim and off the backboard and drops. So a 6-1 score now here on your Montana Athletic scoreboard. Jensen will give it up to Wade. Got to get it across the timeline. Oh, Asher loses it. Dillon grabs the ball. Quickly up is Davis. Davis over to Christensen, or check that, Hartman to Curnow. Curnow trying to drive. Back door. And Asher able to knock it away. Gives it up to Jensen. Jensen looking quickly up the court. He'll give it up to Wade before the half-court line. Back to Jensen in the front court. Cross court, Wyatt Johnson looking to drive. Underneath, Asher Konopik from Johnson. Score the bucket off the basket for 2. 8-1 here on your Flathead Lake Live scoreboard, and Dillon will take a timeout here. 3:02 to go here in the first. It's the Vikings up 8-1 on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard from Frenchtown, Montana, and a 30-second timeout taken by the Dillon Beavers. So the Vikings coming out really strong today, early on here, and hustling here on defense. They can do that. Very athletic are the Vikes. So got to keep that up. 8-1 here early on. And we come out of the timeout here. And number 33, Kean Nash entering the ball game for Dillon. In the backcourt, pressure defense. Christensen picks it up. Back to Inglet. Over to Nash. Cross court. He'll give it up to Inglet. Inglet gives it up to Davis. Top of the key. Back in the corner. Inglet, three-point shot, left-handed off the side of the backboard. Gets his own rebound. Goes in, drives against Thorness. And Thorness is going to pick up his second, I believe. That's going to be the 14th foul, and Cole Konopik is going to have to come back in the ball game. Going to the line to shoot 2 is Kyler England for Dillon with 2:43 to go. First shot up is good for Dillon. Number 4, Carter Curnow back in for the Beavers. Returning for the Vikes, number 23, Cole Konopik. And he'll get one more free throw. Dillon gets a long rebound. Shot out. Missed off the front of the rim. And grabbed there by Wyatt Johnson. As the free throws missed, they get a shot up as Dillon misses it. 2:30 to go. 8-2 here on your Flathead Lake Live scoreboard. Colin Wade crosses the timeline for the Vikes. Over to Jensen. Jensen left side. Over to Cole Konopik. Jensen top of the key. Has to save it. Over to Wyatt Johnson. Johnson on the right side wing. Going to drive in. He look to pull up. Gives it up to Konopik. Asher Konopik with the right hand off the glass for 2. And the Vikes up 10-2 here in your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. Quickly up to Hartman. Hartman underneath off the glass from Davis on the shot missed. And Wyatt Johnson will come up with the rebound. And a foul in the backcourt by number 33, Kean Nash. That is the first on him. And the third team foul. Checking the ball game, Jack Lucky, number 33 for the Vikings. Colin Wade in the backcourt. Gives it up to Wyatt Johnson. Back to Wade. Wade across the timeline. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first. Underneath. Feeds it up. Kicked by Dillon. Out of bounds by Kyler Inglet. It'll remain Bigfork basketball. And number 15, Austin Savick comes in for Cole Konopik, so Konopik can get a breather before the second quarter. Wade looking to inbound. Has Lucky. Lucky grabs it. Going to give it over to Savick. Savick underneath. Asher Konopik. And they're going to call player control foul on number 25, Asher Konopik. It's a 15 foul, but player control fouls, they don't shoot. That's a second personal on Asher here in the first quarter. Christensen across the timeline for Dillon over the left side. He'll give it up to 12, Hartman. And Savick knocks it out of bounds. Jack Jensen is going to replace Asher, who has 2 fouls. And Hartman will go out, and 14 Davis will come back in for the Beavers. 1:35 to go, 10-2, the Vikes lead. Shot up, no good. Wild shot, rebounded and grabbed there by Wyatt Johnson. Johnson will give it up to Colin Wade here. 1:20 to go here in the first. 10-2 the Vikes lead on your Hanson Excavating scoreboard. Wade over to Jensen. Jensen left side in the corner. Austin Savick back out to Jensen. Jensen looking to drive. Feeds it out to Lucky. Lucky over to Johnson. Johnson on the right wing and look at the drive. Spin move. Kicks it out. He's looking for Jensen. Gives it to Jensen. And the whistle blows. And Carter Kernow is bleeding, so he's got to come out of the ball game and get fixed up. And number 20, Will Hansen, will come in. For Dillon, also number 12, Hartman returns. As Kernow and Nash go out. The ball into Wade. 3 seconds to shoot. Wade looking to drive, throws it up off the rim. Rebounded there by Hartman. Hartman going to bring it across the timeline for Dillon. Under about 45 seconds to go here in the first. Hartman underneath. Back out, top of the key. Over right side, 3-point shot on the way. Jensen grabs it on the miss by Inglet and gives it up to Wade. Wade, Wyatt Johnson underneath. Finds Lucky. Lucky tips it around and taken away by Christensen. Christensen, as Lucky couldn't handle the pass. Christensen, top of the key, looking to set it up probably for a last shot as the clock winds down to about 15 seconds to go here in the first. Over. Inglet will shoot that three, but Christensen underneath. Davis. Hartman trying to find Inglet. Inglet long three. No good off the rim. Rebounded. Bounced around. Bigfork will come up with a Jack Jensen. Throws it late. No, it will be no good. Hits it off the backboard, but top of the backboard. No good. After one here in Frenchtown, Montana Western A tip-off tournament, it's the Vikings 10 and the Dillon Beavers 2 on your JD Detailing scoreboard. I'll take a timeout here from Frenchtown, Montana, and be right back after this. All right, back in Frenchtown. We're headed to the second quarter. It'll be Viking basketball as they lead 10-2 on your JD Detailing scoreboard here after one. So a strong first quarter for the Vikings and leading 10-2 here. Asher Konopik back in. Wyatt Johnson, Jack Jensen, I should say. Cole Konopik and Jack Lucky. Jensen over to Cole. Cole right side. Kicks it out to Asher. Asher grabs it. Looking to drive, and it's taken away there by Davis. Davis quickly up. We'll give it up to Hartman in the ball game. Kernow back after getting his cut fixed. So the same starting lineup for Dillon. Kernow, Christensen, Inglet, Hartman, and Davis. Davis will kick it back out to Christensen in the court. Inglet baseline will kick it out. Christensen looking to drive. Hartman kicks it over. Davis. Dillon moving the basketball really quick. Inglet on that side. Bigfork right there playing good defense. Kernow, 1 second to go, gets a shot up and makes it at the buzzer with 1 second to go on the shot clock. But great defense there by Bigfork, more forcing them to move it around. Jensen with the basketball. Top of the key. Wade on the bench getting a breather here. Cole Konopik gives it to Asher. Asher baseline looking to drive. And taken away, knocked away by Dillon. Christensen pulls up, no good. Rebounding there, but Lucky gets it out to Jensen. Jensen will slow things down, bring it across the timeline. Over to Cole. Cole, 3-point shot from the right side. Tried to use the glass. England comes up with a rebound. They give it to Christensen over the far side to Curnow. Curnow 3-point shot on the way. And it almost came out and drops. A three by Curnow brings the Beavers within 3 at 10-7 here. And a full timeout taken by Bigfork. And I'll take a timeout with 6:27 to go here till halftime. Vikings lead 10-7 on your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. All right, welcome back. Here in Fredstown, Vikes lead 10-7 here on your Bigfork Harvest scoreboard in the second. At 6:27 to go till halftime. It'll be Bigfork basketball. Cole Kanopic to inbound. Cole, Asher, Wyatt Johnson, Jack Lucky, along with Jack Jensen for the Vikes. Dillon looking to trap. Asher Kanopic in the backcourt, get a good cross. Jack Jensen, 28 seconds. Cross court, Wyatt Johnson. Oh, had Cole knocked away. Long arms of Inglet. And Cole able to run it down, steal it, saves it inbounds to Jack Jensen. Does Cole Kanopic. They give it to Wyatt Johnson. So a nice hustle play there by Cole Kanopic. And he goes down, rolls over, and comes back up. Jensen across the timeline for Bigfork. Looking. Corner. Asher Kanopic. Thought about the three. Pulls it out. Wyatt Johnson, three is going to be short, but right there's Cole Kanopic. Picks up the loose ball, puts it off the glass for two. Quickly up. Davis. Back. Inglet. Nice feed, or check that. Hartman on the feed for two for Dillon. And Jensen across the timeline for Bigfork. Finds Johnson in the corner. Back out to Jensen. Over to Cole Kanopic on the left wing. Skip pass. Johnson. Jensen. Johnson in the right corner. Finds Asher Kanopic. Little 12-footer. Good in the free throw area. Just inside the free throw line by Asher Kanopic for two. It is 14-9 here on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. Christensen with the basketball for Dillon. He'll give it over to Davis. Davis left side, top of the key. And that's Curnow. Inglet gets trapped in the corner. 3-point shot on the way from Davis from the right side. Off the rim, bouncing around. Battling for it is Bigfork. Asher Kanopic comes up the rebound. He'll give it up to Cole Kanopic. Cole Kanopic thinks about it. Pulls up, jumper, off the rim, no good. Johnson flying in, grabs the rebound, loose ball. Good hustle by Wyatt Johnson over the left side. Gives it to Jack Lucky. Lucky kicks it over. Asher Kanopic. Cole Kanopic, right side. Good! That's his third already here by Cole Kanopic. And Dillon will take a timeout. 4:29 to go until halftime. It's the Vikings 17, the Dillon Beavers 9. On your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard, full timeout here from Frenchtown, and I'll take a timeout as well. All right, timeout is over. It's Dillon basketball after 3-point shot there by Cole. Vikings will put on some pressure defense as Colin Wade will come back in the ball game, replacing Cole Knopick, giving him a little bit of a breather. Into Christensen. Over to Inglet in the backcourt. Pressure defense put on. Christensen will give it up. Inglet, top of the key. Christensen, skip pass. Inglet, three-point shot for the right side. In and out. Davis out of bounds off of Dillon as Davis tries to grab it. It'll be Bigfork basketball on the turnover with 4:14 to go. Here in the first half. Jensen into Wade. Wade across the top of the key. Backdoor. Wyatt Johnson blocked by Inglet. And Curnow with the basketball underneath. Davis all by himself. Off the glass, misses it. Inglet gets the rebound, tries to put it up. He'll get fouled to go to the free throw line. Fouls on 0, Wyatt Johnson. That's his first team foul here in the second quarter on the Vikes. At the line, number 11, Kyler. England shooting 2. Off the back of the rim, no good. He'll get one more. 3:57 to go here in the first half. Just under 2 minutes, he'll get one more. 17-9 on your Montana Athletics Club scoreboard. The Vikes lead. Second shot is good. Makes it 17-10. So Jensen will get it into Wade. Wade will bring it up the court, across the timeline. Gives it up to Asher Knopick on the handoff. Over to Johnson. Jensen on the left side. Jensen, skip pass. Wade on the right side, right wing. Looking. Sees Jensen, gives it up to Asher. Asher, top of the key. Looking to drive. Spin move. Asher. They're going to call him for a traveling violation as he kicked it out. The 3 went in, but it won't count. It'll be Dillon basketball on the turnover. 3:35 to go here in the first half. Christensen will get over to Inglet. Back to Christensen. Christensen left side. Back to Inglet. Across the timeline. Front court. Over to Davis. Davis in the right corner. Inglet. Back out to Christensen. Skip past Davis. Out to Inglet. Back to Christensen. Really moving the basketball really well. Give it to Hartman. And Curnow with the basketball. Back over to Hartman. Driving is Christensen. Pull up jumper off the glass. Misses it. Curnow able to grab the rebound. And a bad bounce there off the backboard on the missed shot. 17-12 now here on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. Vikes lead. Jensen, right side. Asher Knopick looking to drive up. Under, he gives it to Johnson. Out. Callaway, 3 from the left side. Off the top of the backboard, goes out of play. As Eli Thorne is back in the ballgame as well for the Vikes. Inglet will get it in. He'll give it up to Christensen. Christian across the timeline. He gives it over to Davis. Back to Curnow. And then to Hartman. Hartman looking underneath. Curnow. Shot is blocked by Eli Thornus. Gives it up to Johnson. Wade. Jensen with the basketball right side looking to drive. Kicks it out. Colin Wade over his head. And a turnover on Bigfork with 2:23 to go. 17-12 on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. The Vikes lead. Into Christensen. Christensen. Bigfork took out the pressure defense. Playing a 2-3 zone now. We'll kick it up. England top of the key. Out to Christensen. Curnow. And Knopick is going to get whistled for the reach-in. And that's his third on Asher Knopick. His second team foul. Cole back in the ballgame for Bigfork. Replacing Asher, who's got those 3. Don't want him to pick up his 4th here in the first half. Quickly out, Inglet. Knocked away by Jensen. Slightly, Inglet comes up with it. Gives it under Davis. Davis up. Blocked by Cole. Knopick. Hartman gets it up. Scores the bucket, gets fouled. And that's the first on Cole Knopick. And third team foul. Basket's good. Hartman will go to the line to shoot the N1. And Jack Lucky back in the lineup. He'll replace Eli Thornus with 2:05 to go. We'll make sure he doesn't pick up his third personal. He makes the second one. Dillon within 2 at 17-15 now on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. The Vikes lead with 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Cole Knopick looking. Finds Johnson, baseline. Looking. Johnson. Back. Cole Kanopic. Or check that. Colin Wade on the drive. And a little bit of a late whistle, but blocking foul on Max Davis. And Colin Wade will go to the line to shoot two. With 1:44 to go. That's the first one on Davis, and first team foul here in the second quarter on Dillon. Shot up and good. He'll get one more. Stretches the lead out to 3. 18-15 now here on your Hanson Excavating scoreboard here from Frenchtown. Wade's second shot up and good. Makes them both. England will get it in to Christensen in the backcourt. Christensen will give it over to Hartman. Hartman, England, or check that, Kernow. Christensen, back to Christensen looking. Moves it really well. Kernow drives in, cut off by Wade. Kernow, top of the key, 2-3 zone by Bigfork. Over the corner. England, three-point shot on the way. Jensen, one-handed rebound, gets it up to Cole Kanopic across the timeline. Cole will take it over the right side, looking. Get up to Colin Wade. Running down to about a minute to go here in the first quarter. 19-15. Vikes lead. Cole Kanopic looks good. That's his fourth here in the first half from the right corner. The Vikes lead 22-15 now on your Hanson Excavating scoreboard. Christensen, top of the key. Over to Hartman. Back to Christensen. Over to Davis. Davis right side. Kernow looking to drive. Kernow up under. Shoots it up. Shoots it short. Rebound grabbed by Wyatt Johnson. Colin Wade goes or Cole Kanopic goes flying. Gets himself up. Jensen will bring it across the timeline for Bigfork. 32 seconds to go. 25 on the shot clock. Gives it up to Wade. Wade top of the key. Kanopic going to set a screen. Back to Cole. Cole hot. That was going to be short off the front of the rim. England gets the rebound. As Cole was fading backwards, I think that's why he left it just a little bit short of the front of the rim. 15's under 12 seconds to go, and the shot clock is off. 22-15, the Vikes lead. Christensen looking, gets it over to Davis, looking for Hartman. Hartman, they're looking for England is what they're doing. And out to Christensen. Long three by Christensen, off the side of the rim, no good. That's one half complete here from Frenchtown in the Western A Tip-Off Tournament. The Vikings lead 22-15 on your JD Detailing scoreboard. And I'll be back with halftime stats here from Frenchtown, Montana. Vikings 22, the Beavers 15. Well, welcome back to Frenchtown, Western A tip-off tournament. Here at halftime, the Vikes lead 22-15. And halftime brought to you by Averill's Flathead Lake Lodge, where they've proudly supported Bigfork athletics since 1945. Thanks to Chase, Averill, and all the folks there, fine folks at the Averill Flathead Lake Lodge for sponsoring Bigfork and Vikings and Valkyries athletics. Really appreciate that. Anyway, let's take a look at the halftime stats. First of all, scoring for Dillon. Leading the way is Carter Kernow. He's pretty physical, guys. He picked up 7 in the second quarter, 8 overall. Kyler Inglet, they pretty much set him down. He's missed all of his threes. He only got 2 points, 2 for 4 from the free throw line, 5 for Cohen Hartman, and that's it. So 2 in the first for Dillon, 13 in the second, 15 overall. So that's a really a shout-out to the Vikings defense and the hustle of the Vikings today. So taking a look at what the Vikings have done, well, you can guess who's leading the way. With 4 threes and a 2, it's Cole Kanopik. So he's got 6 in the first, 8 in the second, 14 overall, 14, and Asher Kanopik has the other 6. And then Colin Wade, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. That's the scoring, those 3 guys, 3 starters. So 10 in the first and 12 in the second, so very balanced scoring for Bigfork, double digits, in both the first and second quarter, as they lead 22-15 here at halftime. On the Flathead Lake Lodge halftime stats and show. Once again, 406-270-7384. Let me know that you're listening out there. We'll be back with the second half from against Dillon for the Vikes here in Frenchtown at the Western A tip-off tournament. And I'll catch you after this timeout and bring you the second half here from Frenchtown, Montana. All right, folks, we're ready for the second half as the Vikes lead at halftime, 22-15, back here in Frenchtown, Montana. Dillon will get the basketball. Same starting lineups, it looks like, for both teams. Jensen, Asher, Cole Kanopik will start. Colin Wade and Eli Thornes. And Kernow, Christensen, Inglet, Hartman, and Davis for Dillon. Right side, top of the key. Christensen will give over to Kernow. Back, trying to move the ball quickly is Dillon. Kernow, three-point shot from the right side is good. And Wade will bring it across the timeline for the Vikes over to Cole Kanopik, who had a great first half, really dialing it in from three-point line. He'll hand it off to Asher. Kanopik try to get it to Wade, knocked out of bounds by Christensen. It'll be Bigfork basketball here with 20 seconds off the shot clock. 7:26 to go here in the third quarter. And Jensen will inbound for the Vikes into the backcourt to Colin Wade. Wade will bring it across the timeline for the Vikes. Drive over the left side, hands off to Cole Kanopik, over to Asher Kanopik. Jensen back out to Kanopik, top of the key, looking to drive. Pulls up, gives it to Cole. Cole from the right side misses it. Wade able to get the rebound. Jensen goes up, no foul called. And Wade comes in from out of bounds, tries to grab it, but you can't do that. You got to establish position inbounds first before he can grab it. So Dillon with the basketball on the turnover. Inglet will get it into Christensen. Christensen will bring it across the timeline. He'll get it over to Kernow. Kernow back to Christensen, over to Hartman. Hartman in the corner. Inglet, three-point shot on the way is good from the left side for Hartman. Brings the Beavers within one at 22-21 on your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. Over to Kanopik. Asher will hand it off to Cole. Cole looking to drive. Right side. Has Jensen. Gets it out to Thornes. Thornes, top of the key, looking to drive. Gives it over to Wade. Wade driving in, left hand, off the glass. He'll go to the line and shoot two. Foul's going to be on number 5, Key Christensen. That'll be the first team here in the first team foul, in the third quarter for Dillon. And first personal on Key Christensen. Colin Wayne at the line to shoot two for the Vikes. 6:30 to go here in the third. First shot is up and good, and he'll get one more. Second shot up, good. 4 for 4 from the free throw line is Wade in this ball game. Christensen quickly up. Kernow back out to Christensen, top of the key. Over to three-point shot on the way. Inglet drains it. They're tied at 24. Wade across the timeline. Gives it over to Thornes. Thornes looking to drive. Gives it up to Asher Kanopik. Kanopik gives it over to Cole. Back out to Jensen. Jensen drive, pulls up for the jumper. Drains it by the free throw line. Gets knocked down, no whistle. And 2 points by Jack Jensen, 26-24. Under 6 minutes to go. Kernow over to Hartman. Hartman looking to skip pass over to Christensen. Christensen on the drive. Drives on Thornes. Thornes right there. Christensen comes in from out of bounds. They didn't call him for that violation. Kernow with the miss on the three. And Asher Kanopik coming up with a loose ball. Kanopik in the front court with the basketball. Man-to-man defense by Dillon. Asher looking to drive. Going to pull in. Pulls up. Off the glass. Off the rim. No good. Jensen knocks it away from Inglet. Cole Kanopik. Floater. Misses it. Rebounded by Hartman. Hartman will get it over to Christensen. Christensen across the timeline for Dillon. Kernow underneath. Davis. Christensen, top of the key. Misses it. Hartman flies in, gets the rebound, spin move. Blocked by Thornes for the Vikes. Thornes trying to drive, will give it up to Wade. Pressure defense put on by Dillon. Wade across the timeline for Bigfork, looking for Jensen backdoor. Jensen. Off of Jensen on the backdoor cut. And Wyatt Johnson will come in for Asher Kanopik. 4:57 to go here in the third. The Vikes up 26-24 on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. And Inglet will get it into Christensen in the backcourt for Dillon. Christensen across the timeline. Moving guys around. Man-to-man defense by the Vikes. Wade on Christensen. Over to Davis. Hartman, top of the key. Back to Christensen, right side. Beans it under Kernow. Kernow tried to spin move on Thornes. And they'll call Thornus with the body. And the bucket is good. And ties the game at 26. And Carter Curnow will go to the line to shoot one. 4:35 to go. We're tied at 26 here in the third quarter. From Frenchtown, Montana, Western A tip-off tournament. This is short, rolls around on the rim and falls. He gets the shooter's roll. They'll give it up to Wade. Pressure defense. Looks like a 1-3-1 trap defense. Jensen will give it over to Wade. Wade in the front court. Back to Jensen over on the left side. Back to underneath. Tries to feed Thornus. Does Cole Kanopik. Knocked away by Dillon. Curnow with the basketball. Right side in the corner. Inglet. Three-point shot is good by the lefty. They go up 30-26. And timeout taken by the Vikes. So a 7-point halftime lead turned into a 4-point trailing Dillon by 4. 30-26 here with 4:04 to go on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. They're taking a full timeout, and I'll take a timeout here from Frenchtown, Montana. Well, Dillon came out to play in the second half. England hit like 3 threes and got him right back in the ballgame. They got 4 threes here in the second half. I believe, yes. Wade with the basketball. Gets across the timeline, gets it out to Wyatt Johnson. Back to Wade. Jack Lucky back in the ballgame for Bigfork replacing Thornus. Wade, as Thornus picked up his third. Jack Lucky skip pass. Jensen looking baseline. Pulls it out, gets it out to Wade. Wade top of the key. Over to Johnson. Johnson going to drive in. Pull up jumper. No good. Rebounded by Davis. They'll give it up to Christensen. Christensen will bring it up across the timeline. Curnow. Christensen. Hartman. Skip pass. Curnow. Christensen top of the key. As England runs the baseline. Tries to get it into him and stolen away by Cole Kanopik. Cole will bring it across the timeline, 3:15 to go. 30-26, Dillon leads. On your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard, Wade over to Wyatt Johnson. Back to Wade. Out to Jensen. Jensen right side, right wing. Gives it to Wade, top of the key. Wade. Long three on the way by Wade. No good. Jack Lucky grabs the rebound. Back out to Wade. Jack Jensen three from the right side. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded there by Hartman. For Dillon, gets it out to Christensen. Under 3 to go here in the third quarter. Give it over to Curnow. Over to Hartman. Hartman, three-point shot from the left side, in and out. And England gets the rebound right there. Colin Wade blocks it out to Christensen, top of the key. England puts up a three, fades, falling back, misses it. Davis gets the rebound, trying to go up, throws it up. Bigfork will get whistled for the foul, as Davis had no shot. Fouls on number 23, Cole Kanopik. That's his second team foul on Bigfork. And at the line is Max Davis. He'll get 2 shots for Dillon. 2:24 to go here in the third. Still 30-26 on your Hanson Excavating scoreboard. First shot is up and good. He'll get one more. And number 20, Will Hansen, back in the lineup for Dillon. Made the first. He'll get one more. Second shot up is good. 32-26. Vikes down by 6 with 2:24 and counting here in the third. Wade up to Kanopik. Kanopik looking. Right side will get out to Jensen. Jensen looking. Gives it up to Asher Canopy. Over to Wade. Wyatt Johnson, left side, left wing. Looking. Bounce pass out to Wade. Over to Asher Canopy. Wade looking. Gonna drive. Jack Jensen in the right corner. 3-point shot off the rim. No good. Johnson gets the rebound. Out top of the key. Asher Canopy. Off the rim. No good. Rebounded there by Kernow. Kernow. Across the timeline. We'll give it up to Christensen. Inglet. Left side. Looking to skip pass out to the top of the creek. Christensen. Kernow. Looking to drive. Pull up. Jumper for the right elbow. In and out. Jensen with the rebound. Jensen will bring it across the timeline for the Vikes. Over on the right side. Gets it up to Kanopik. Back to Jensen. Jensen looking. Drive. Going to pull up off the glass. Jensen a little bit too hard. And Dillon's going to get whistled for a foul. Is battling with Lucky underneath. As Lucky had inside position. Number 12, Hartman, back in the ball game. Fouls on number 4, Kernow, his second team foul. And Wade will inbound on the far side in the front court. Gets it out to Lucky. Kanopik. Colin Wade, 3-point shot. Off the rim, no good. Johnson battling there with Dillon. Kernow with the basketball. Gets it from Hanson. Kernow, right side, in the corner. Inglet, 3-point shot of the way, and makes it. Somebody's got to get out of him. Can't let him shoot like that. Into Wade. 35-26. Vikings down by 9. Kanopik with the basketball. Backdoor Jensen. Pulls up, grabs it, gives it, tips it to Lucky. Lucky wasn't ready for it. And taken away by Christensen. Christensen quickly up. Kernow looking to drive. Underneath. Too hard to Hanson. Can't handle it. Rolls out of bounds. It'll be Bigfork basketball here with 43.2 to go here in the third quarter. Into Colin Wade. Wade looking. Trap defense. Back down deep. Wyatt Johnson got to take it in. Up, under, off the glass. Misses it on the reverse. They'll give it up. Christensen with the basketball. Shot clock off. 25 seconds to go here in the third. Just guard Inglet. Christensen, 15 seconds to go. 35-26 on a Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. Hartman in the quarter. Inglet back out to Christensen. Screen set. Kernow, 3-point shot on the way. Misses it. Rebound and grab by Asher Kanopik. Long three on the way. It would have counted if it would have went. No good. So 3 quarters complete here as Dillon comes back, takes the lead 35-26 on your Hanson Excavating scoreboard after 3. And I'll be back after this timeout from Frenchtown, Montana. All right, back in Frenchtown, Western A tip-off tournament. And we're heading to the fourth quarter, 8 minutes to go. And Viking with the basketball trailing 35-26 on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. Cole Kanopik, Asher Kanopik, Colin Wade, Eli Thornus, and Wyatt Johnson, your Vikings in the ball game. I'll get you Dillon's players here. You got Christensen, Inglet, Kernow, Hartman, and I'll check who the other one in. Asher Kanopik drives baseline, gets it back. Up, under, off the glass, gets fouled. And he's going to get 2 shots as Asher Kanopik takes it strong to the basket. And Max Davis is the other one. So the starting lineup back in for Dillon. The same with the Vikings, except Wyatt Johnson is in the game. First shot up is good by Asher Kanopik. Number 33, Kean Nash in the ball game for Dillon. And Kyler England will go out. England, a junior at 6'5", can really shoot the rock. Second shot is good by Kanopik. Pulls him within 7. 7:45 to go here in the third. Christensen will give it over to Curnow. Curnow, top of the key, looking to drive. Looking to hand off to Davis. Cut off. Hartman with the basketball. Looking to drive. Kicks it over. Kanopik knocks it away momentarily from Davis. Davis has to go out to Curnow. Curnow, top of the key. Man-to-man defense by the Vikes. Curnow dropping in. And knocked away by Cole Kanopik as Nash went up and blocked by Cole. Yeah, still in basketball. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Gets it into Curnow. Curnow over the left side, top of the key, looking to drive. Swapped away. 3-point shot from Christensen from the left side. Cole up under. Hartman gets the basketball, puts it off the glass for 2. Out rebounding the Vikes. 7 minutes to go. Quickly up. Wyatt Johnson, left side. Gets out to Asher Kanopik. Over to Colin Wade. Colin Wade. Kanopik, top of the key. Wade. Back to Kanopik. Over to Johnson. Johnson underneath finds Thornus. Thornus looking. Kicks it out. Wade. 3-point shot of the way. Off the front of the rim. No good. Rebounded there by Hartman for Dillon. They'll give it up to Christensen. 6:40 to go here in the third. Christensen calling out the play. Over to Hartman. Hartman right wing. Thornus battling underneath with Curnow. Christensen over to Davis. Davis left side trying to feed Nash underneath. Pass a little bit too long and turnover by Dillon. So check that Kyler England will come back in for Dillon. Jack Jensen back in for the Vikes, replacing Wade. And Davis will sit for Dillon. Into Jensen. Jensen on the left side. Feeds it over to Asher Kanopik, front court. Asher, they're trying to trap him, gets it over to Jensen. Jensen left side looking. Asher Kanopik, top of the key. Eli Thornus. Asher Kanopik, 3-point shot in the way. A little bit strong off the board. Christensen grabs the rebound for Dillon with 6 minutes to go here in the ballgame. 28-37, Vikings trail on your JD Detailing scoreboard. Christensen takes it out, 23 seconds on the shot clock. They give it out to Curnow. Curnow throws up the 3, looks short. It is. Asher Kanopik nearly grabs it, knocked away. And Curnow picks it up, takes it off the glass. And Dillon will take a 30-second timeout here. As Curnow gets the loose ball, puts it off the basket for 2. And check that. A 30-second timeout here. 39-28, the Vikes trail here on your JD Detailing scoreboard from Frenchtown. Don't forget, next weekend, the Vikes and the Vows will be over in Lewistown. They're going to take on Billings Central on Friday. That's 1 o'clock and 2:30. And then on Saturday, they will take on Glendive. And those games will be, I believe, at 9 and 10:30 in the morning over at Fergus High School in Lewistown. So I'll be over there as well broadcasting the game. So if you can't make it over there, about a 5.5-hour drive, BFSD events on YouTube, you can listen as well. Asher Kanopik in the backcourt gets up Jensen. Jensen, skip pass over to Kanopik. In the front court is Asher. Gets it over to Jensen. Jensen loses it momentarily. Dillon grabs it. It'll be a held ball. And the arrow points towards Dillon. Davis will come back in the ball game for Nash here with 5:26 to go. Vikings down by 11 here on your Bigfork Harvest scoreboard, 39-28. Inglet in the ball game. Gives it up to Christensen. Man-to-man defense. Across the timeline. Davis. Curnow. Hartman. Backdoor. Feeding it. Knocked away. Nice job by Asher Kanopik. He knocks the ball away to Eli Thornus. Wyatt Johnson, right side. Gets it out to Kanopik. To Cole. Cole left side. Back in the ball game for Bigfork. Looking to set it up, gives it to Wyatt Johnson. Wyatt Johnson's right side. Asher Kanopic looking for Cole in the corner. Finds Cole. Left side, three-point shot of the way. Off the rim, no good. Battling for the rebound is Eli Thornus. Goes to put it up, gets fouled. Didn't make the shot, but it looks like he got fouled by Christensen. Number 5, that's the third on him, and that'll be the second team foul on Dillon. And Eli Thornus at the line to shoot 2. First one short off the front of the rim. He'll get one more. 4:49 to go. 39-28. The Vikes trail on the Bigfork Harvest Foods scoreboard. One more for Thornus. Second shot is up and good. Nothing but the bottom of that. Pulls the Vikes within 10. Gives it over to Inglet. Pressure defense put on by Bigfork. Christensen skip pass to Hartman. Hartman over the left side back to Inglet. Three-point shot on the way. This one's off the rim, no good. And, yep, Kernow is going to get called for an over the back, reaching over the top of one of the Vikes. And that foul's on number 4, his third. That's Carter Kernow. Third team foul. 2 more, and the Vikes will get free throws. Into Jensen. Jensen across the timeline. Trailing by 10, 39-29, 4:30 to go in the ballgame. Kanopic, right side, top of the key. Cole Kanopic off the glass too hard. Right there, Wyatt Johnson battling with Christensen. Christensen comes up with it. Christensen quickly up. Davis on the right side, back out to Christensen. Looking underneath. Back out to Davis. Davis underneath to England. Asher Kanopic doing a nice job. Knocked away. Christensen grabs the loose ball off of Jensen. Davis underneath. Christensen from the left side, 3, misses it. Right in the hands of Asher Kanopic. Kanopic, under 4 to go. Wyatt Johnson left side. Going to dive to the top of the key. Johnson up underneath. Nice feed to Thornus. Thornus can't make it. The little bunny. On a nice feed by Wyatt Johnson. Christensen comes up with a loose ball. Across the timeline. Plenty of time, 3:40 to go. Inglet out to Kernow. Kernow looking to drive. Kicks it over to Davis. Yeah. Kernow runs Wyatt Johnson out. Over. Wyatt Johnson, all last year and this year, he's good at picking up the charge call. Player control foul on number 4. Kernow, that's his 4th team foul. Kernow will have to come out of the ball game. And number 20, Will Hansen, will come back in. Cole Kanopic will sit. Colin Wade back in for the Vikes. 3:30 to go in the ball game. Asher Kanopic, right side. Going to get out to Colin Wade. Wade, top of the key for Bigfork. Thornus over the right side. Johnson. Johnson cut. Thornus didn't think he was going to move. The ball goes out of bounds. Turnover on the Vikes. Number 33, Jack Lucky, will come in for Thornus. And Dillon with the basketball. 3:21 to go. 10-point lead, 39-29 on your Bigfork or Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. Christensen, 2-3 zone by Bigfork. Baseline. Hansen, nowhere to go. Looking, gets it out to England. Top of the key, Christensen. Back to England. England thought about shooting the 3 over to Hartman. Hartman on the left side. Christensen, England thought about shooting the 3 right there. Knocked away by Wade. Jensen comes up with a loose ball. Across the timeline, under 3 to go. Jensen out to Wade. Wade going to drive left side. Look underneath, whip, up and under, kicks it out. Wyatt Johnson on the drive, kicks it under. Lucky going to take it up, under. Oh, misses it, gets his own rebound, puts it back up off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Hartman. Lucky with 2 good looks at the basket. Quickly up, Hansen. Over to Davis. Back out to Christensen. Davis left side 3 on the way. It looks short, off the rim, no good. Jensen will come up with a rebound. And quickly up. Jensen, 3-point shot on the way, off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Davis for Dillon. Back and forth action here in Frenchtown. Western A tip-off. Christensen across the timeline for Dillon. Knocked away by Jensen off of England. Nice play by Jack Jensen. It'll be Bigfork basketball on the turnover. Eli Thornus back in the ballgame for Lucky, who had a couple of good looks, couldn't quite get it to drop, and Kernow will come back in for Hansen here with 2:08 to go in the ballgame. Wade, Colin Wade, across the timeline for Bigfork as they call out a play. 2 minutes to go. Asher up, spin move, off the glass, no good. Rebounded there by Inglet. Christensen over to Davis. Davis on the right side. Dillon probably going to slow it down, try to run the clock. Hartman back out to Christensen underneath Davis. Davis looking, kicks it over the corner. Kurnow looking to drive. Up, under, left-handed, no good. Rebounded there by Davis. Davis off the glass, scores the bucket, and they'll go to the free throw line here with 1:36 to go. So 41-29 now. Dillon leads Bigfork. Bigfork down by 12 on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. That's the fourth on Thorness. And Davis at the line to shoot the N1. Shot up is good. 42-29. And 135 and counting. Wade looking, driving, left side, kicks it out. Wyatt Johnson looking. Gotta have some urgency. Gotta get a shot up. Give yourself a chance. Thorness, right side, looking for. Finds Asher Knopick. Knopick looking to drive. Up, under. He's gonna get fouled. And he'll go to the free throw line. That's on number 5. That's his 4th. That's Key Christensen. And the 15th foul. So Asher Knopick will go to the line to shoot 2. 1:13 to go. At the score table, check in for the Vikes. Back in will be Cole Knopick and number 30. For Bigfork will be Porvecchio. Dillon Porvecchio into the ball game. Misses the first one. He'll get one more. Does Asher Knopick. He makes the second. 42-30. England gets it in to Kurnow. Bigfork just to play defense. Porvecchio guarding Kurnow. He'll give it over to Christensen. Christensen looking to drive. Cut off by Porvecchio. Shoots a little floater from the right elbow. Quickly up, Asher Knopick will give it over. Wade, 3-point shot on the way for Wade. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Dillon. Kurnow, they'll give it over to Christensen. Under 40 seconds to go here. 29-28 on the shot clock. 44-30. The Vikes trail on your Hanson Excavating scoreboard. Hartman, top of the key for Dillon. Looking to run the clock. They don't need to score anymore. Kurnow. Looking to drive, kicks it over. Inglet going to shoot up a 3. And drains the 3 from the right side. Turnover. Asher loses it. England has the basketball. Going to come in the front court. And good sportsmanship. Didn't go try to dunk it. That would have been in poor taste. So England had a wide open shot to the basket. Could have took it and dunked it. And he did the right thing for sportsmanship-wise. That's your final. 47-30. The Vikes lose this one by 17 after leading by 7 at halftime. Just in England really is the difference, and we'll find out that at the full game stats. I'll go down and get your full game stats. Be back after this timeout as the Vikes lose this one 47-30 on your Hanson Excavating scoreboard here from Frenchtown, Montana in the Western A Tip-Off Tournament. I'll be back after this timeout with your post-game stats from Frenchtown, Montana. Well, welcome back to Frenchtown Western A tip-off tournament. Vikings lose this one 47-30. And post-game. Hang on one second. Post-game brought to you by Montana Athletic Club. What's keep you from getting fit? With discounted guest passes, personal training, Pilates, much, much more. They expanded that place over there. Rehabilitation center in there as well. So over there on Holt Drive at 850 Holt Drive in Bigfork, 837-2582, right across from Eagle Bend. Say hi to Doug and Nancy Malum, the folks, fine folks at the Montana Athletic Club. Taking a look at your full game stats, and a tale of two halves, really. Who was hitting the threes? In the first half, it was Cole Konopik. In the second half, you probably guessed that was Kyler Inglet. And so, overall, he hits 4 threes in the third, 1 in the fourth. So he hits 5 threes in the second half. That's 15. He ended up with 17 overall. Right behind him is Carter Kernow. He had 16, 2 by Christensen, 7 by Hartman, and 5 by Davis. That was all their starters who scored, so 47 overall. They were 8 for 11 from the free throw line, were Dillon, and scored 47. So even though Bigfork led at halftime, 22-15, a tale of two halves here. So they scored 2 in the first, 13 in the second, 20. Big third quarter where they scored 20-12 in the fourth, where Dillon took the lead going into the fourth quarter. For Bigfork, leading the way, obviously, who Thornus overall scored 1 for 2 for the free throw line. Really didn't get anything up. Jensen had 2 today. 4, Colin Wade on 4 for 4 on free throws was Colin Wade. Cole Konopik, all in the first half. He hit 4 threes in the first half. They scored 14. Asher, 3 for 4 for free throws in the second half, and he scored 6 in the first, so he had 9 overall for Bigfork. 10 in the first, 12 in the second, only 4 in the third, 4 in the fourth, so not really much offense for the Vikes. Their downfall, getting outscored 20-4 in the third quarter. That's where Dillon took over the ball game here, but very athletic, very fun to watch, where the Vikings, they just couldn't get some things to drop for them in the second half, which would have changed the ball game, but really was all England. We were talking about that in the second half, who really stepped up and nailed 5 threes for Dillon. But a good learning experience for the Vikes, and I'm sure they'll push their way. They'll be taking on Billings Central next Friday, and that's at 2:30. The girls play first at 1, and then on Saturday they'll be taking on Glendive. So we'll have both those games, all those games from Lewistown Fergus High School next weekend. But I got one more game today at 6 o'clock tonight. About 5:45 we should be on air with the pregame as the Valkyries will take on the Dillon Lady Beavers in that ball game and see if we can turn things around from yesterday. And that game the Valkyries had against Frenchtown. Anyway, this is James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes of the House. Thanks to all of my sponsors out there, allowing me to travel down here and bringing the ball games. And thanks for listening out there to all you fine folks. We'll catch you here about 5:45 or so if things are running on time with the Valkyries tip-off against the Dillon Lady Beavers at 6 o'clock tonight in the Western A tip-off tournament from Frenchtown, Montana. Thank you and good afternoon. We'll talk to you in just a couple hours.